Hey gang, I wanted to walk you through how to use this answer sheet as a bubble sheet. If you watch the presentation to Google Slide or you went through each step, it basically takes you to this point. I'm going to take it from here via video. So test answer sheet, I'm going to click on that, which is the last slide that I had in the Google presentation. Looking at this, basically, this is where it's at. All the details are here for you. So go ahead and click edit. Let's take a look at the questions here. I've already had kids take this, so it's going to be a little bit different. But if you look, I have put questions 1 through 75. This should basically be long enough for any of your classes. Now, keep in mind, if your quiz, or I should say your test, is only 50 questions, you will need to go through and delete these. It's really simple. You click delete, and then it'll pop up with the OK, and you can go through and delete each one as you see fit. How the kids will see it is essentially this. I'm going to go into the edit so we can view what the question looks like. Question number 1 says, please see the paper test to answer question 1. So they'll use the answer sheet. This has their answer sheet or their bubble sheet, and then they will look at the test to find out what the answer is. They'll come down and they'll fill in the correct one. So the first option is A, B, C, D, and E. Notice the correct answer is always going to be A, so you'll want to go through and change your correct answer for each one of those. So you'll have to go through and take the test yourself, but it'll help the grading process. So essentially, once you have that created, all those are in there for you. Every question is the exact same thing. It's just telling kids to use the paper test in order to take the test. If I go back to the details, you will want to rename this to whatever test you are giving. You can come down here, you can sync it. I would not shuffle the answers. If you shuffle the answers, then it's going to scramble the A, B, C, D, and E into multiple different ways. So I wouldn't shuffle, but that's completely up to you. Here's a time limit. You can do those things. I'm sure you guys have basic information or how to essentially create a quiz, but I'm going to put in require an access code, click Rock'em, and I'm going to click save. And what's nice is you can go to Respondus and you can use your lockdown browser. So I'm going to go here. And I'm going to find the quiz once it loads here. Test answer sheet. I'm going to click on this little icon next to it. And I'm going to click on Modify Settings. I'm kind of getting into how to use this, but I found it's very helpful to use the lockdown browser for the test, but there's a couple things that I've ran into. So I'm going to click on where it says Require Respondus. Access code for this is optional. I'm going to put Rock'em in here as well. And then you want to click on the advanced settings, okay? The first thing I would say is lock students in the browser until it's completed. Yes, we want to make sure we lock them in there. And this is the piece, if you have kids with IEPs, I would have them essentially have an early exit code. And basically this allows them to get out of the lockdown browser without submitting their test. If they close the lockdown browser, it will require them to submit the test, and then it creates a lot of different problems. So I would say password to close browser and exit exam early. So extend could be your password, whatever you want it to be, and then you will save and close. Then it's going to add in a new title for your test. It's going to say test answer sheet requires Respondus lockdown browser. So then when you go back to your quizzes, you're going to see that this actually now requires the lockdown browser. And when students take it, it'll be ready to rock and roll. So essentially that takes you through how to use the bubble sheet. Hopefully that helps. And let me know if you have any questions.